Bonjour Nindwe Maganaduk, Minwan Nikanasaduk, Bonjour Nipissing Anishinaabe. Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2020 Nipissing First Nation virtual powwow right here in the rink here in Garden Village, Tigawning, we call this beautiful place. Welcoming you via Facebook today. Facebook Live, also streaming onto YouTube, joining everyone across Anishinaabe country, Nipissing territory. We welcome you to this wonderful powwow. Bonjour Nindwe Maganaduk. Migizi and Dodem, Nipissing, Ojibwe, and Anishinaabe, and out Tigawning, Minwa, Nipissing First Nation, Gindonje. My name is Bob Goulet. Happy to be with you. Happy to be your master of ceremonies, your virtual master of ceremonies for this great event that we are extending. This is powwow time here live in Nipissing First Nation. Our theme of our powwow is Gon Nike Sim Shkeke Abjikan, which means we will not forget our medicine bundles, which, really comes from this time of COVID, this time where, we had to miss our powwow, our full powwow year. We had to miss our own powwow in Labor Day, but we can't forget our bundles. So we lit a fire this morning. We've got sacred fire here. We've got our flags are being carried. Our Gima is with us, Scott McLeod Jabgijik, carrying that Nipissing First Nation flag. We are going to be joined by a couple of our lead dancers, but also those that are carrying our flags and our eagle staffs for today. Those are the colors. Those are the flags of our nations. And we are the Nipissing Anishinaabe, the Nipissing Ojibwe people of this territory. I want to say hi to everyone on Social Distance Powwow joining us from Facebook. So it's not just going to be for Tigawning and people from Nipissing and people from the Anishinaabe territory. This is being broadcast live across this beautiful place we call Turtle Island. Our lead dancers are here with us. Our flags are ready. Our head elder, Perry McLeod Jabgijik, is ready, has given us the high sign. Our host drum is here with us all the way from Alderville First Nation via Nipissing First Nation. We got folks there. That is the Burning Plains Singers, and they're going to give us our grand entry song for this 2020 Nipissing First Nation virtual powwow. Join me in welcoming. This is the Burning Plains Singers. Blair Bocage of Nipissing First Nation and Tori Fisher Moji from Nipissing First Nation. And they are providing us the beautiful sounds, the beautiful soundtrack of our powwow this weekend. Hey, all the way from the Eastern Norway, joining us in this virtual powwow grand entry, our Gima, our chief from Nipissing First Nation, Chief Scott McLeod Jabgijik. Want to offer thanks nice to those dancers carrying these Eagle staffs that are here with us. They are the Indian Residential School Eagle staff for the men's side, Indian Residential School for the female side, and also carrying the Little NHL Eagle staff. We're welcoming those dancers in. Thank you very much. Jane Commanda carrying the flag for Nipissing First Nation. Kelly McLeod carrying the flag for this colonial nation of Canada. This is a powwow joining us. All citizens are welcome to this beautiful powwow that we have here. And of course, our lead dancers from Nipissing First Nation, Juanita McLeod, and from Doki's First Nation, Antonio DiNardo Jr., my friends, my relatives, virtual social distance powwow. This is our Nipissing First Nation virtual powwow grand entry for 2020. Ho, 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 ho! Very much. Burning Plains singers from Alderville First Nation, singers also from Nipissing First Nation. Thanks so much. We are going to offer a flag song, and it is our way as an Anishinaabe and many other nations at our powwows to offer that song that honors this Eagle staff that's here with us from Nipissing First Nation, honoring these residential school survivor Eagle staffs, and the Little NHL Eagle staff, acknowledging that that beautiful tournament that happens during March break. So with that, we are going to go to Burning Plains Singers to offer us a combination of a flag song and victory song. So over to Burning Plains, take it away. I really appreciate that. Burning Plains Singers. We're going to ask the folks that are here in the arena to remain standing as we are going to go over to Perry McLeod Jabgijik, who is going to offer us our invocation. And it's our way as Anishinaabe people to acknowledge the spirit world and the importance of that spirit to us. Each and every one of us has a spirit. Together in this powwow circle, our powwow family, we have a spirit. We acknowledge the spirit of our clans, our families, those ancestors that have given us this way of life, extending back from time immemorial. But we also give thanks to creation around us, to offer that to our beautiful, great, kind spirit, Gijeminido, that great, kind spirit that gives us that life, and acknowledging all of creation around us. Our head elder this weekend is Inzoket, Perry McLeod Jabgijik, from the Jabgijik family, the family that signed that 1850 treaty. To give us our invocation and thanksgiving, I introduce Perry McLeod Jabgijik.
Bonjour. Anzoket Dijnika, Shage Dodem, Bising Donjua, Anishinaabe and Dao. My Anishinaabe name is Anzoket, one who tells stories, from Nipissing here of the Crane clan. And I want to welcome you all to this very special gathering. This gathering that as a community we celebrate. We celebrate each of our place in our community. We celebrate our ways, our language, our culture, all those things that make us who we are. This is a beautiful day to have this gathering. The sun is shining. It's a little crisp in the air. But that Christmas reminds us of the gifts from creation. Those gifts that we celebrate every day, or we should. It reminds us about life. It reminds us to celebrate each other. And so today it's a gathering of song and dance. It's a gathering of sharing of gifts. It's a special day for Nipissing. In these times that we are in, these times of COVID, we are challenged. We are challenged to do those things, to do that work that we need to do, such as these ceremonies, these social gatherings we have. We are instructed to do these things. We are instructed to find a way. And so through the gift of technology, those tools that are placed with us, that come to us from that gift of knowledge and intellect passed to us by Gijem Nado, the creator, we find ways, we create tools that we can celebrate. We can continue to do the work we need to do. Today is a special day for my family. I've always been felt a little awkward accepting that role as an elder, and I still am today. But I'm a little closer to it. In my family, we've been gifted a new life. We've been, my partner Lori and I have a grandson through Falcon Sky and Marie. And so we are officially grandparents. So I am closer now to that role. And so I accept the responsibility of doing that work for this community, this beautiful community of Nipissing. And I'm honored to be here to help celebrate and help be a part of that in a small way, in whatever way I can. So I give thanks for this special time that we are in. It's a hard time, but hard times also remind us of those good times and remind us of the gifts that we have that sometimes we are unaware. The whole world is fasting right now. We are being closed off and asked to sit by ourselves. That in itself can be a gift, a time to reflect on our lives. And so as a community, that's what we are doing. We are protecting ourselves, but we also recognize the importance of self-care, of reflection, and trying to work on ourselves to be better. So today is a celebration. It's a time to come together in a safe way and celebrate our ways. Aho, miigwech.
Much, Perry. We are going to post the colors now, and going to have Mindy to help me out over here. But to post our colors, our Gima today, carrying the Nipissing First Nation Eagle staff. Big round of applause here in our arena to Scott McLeod Jabgijik. All right, thanks, Scott. That Eagle staff have been carried in this powwow for a long, long time. So carrying the men's residential school survivals Eagle staff for Nipissing First Nation, I want to acknowledge our good friend Brady Panassi. Brady. Carrying the women's Nipissing First Nation Eagle staff for residential school survivors is Sherry Pearson. Thank you, Sherry. Melvin? Carrying the Little NHL Eagle staff from Nipissing First Nation, Melvin McLeod. I got Mindy helping me because I can't recognize people with their masks on. It's carrying the Nipissing First Nation flag, please welcome Jane Commanda. Jane. I remember seeing a picture of Jane and my brother Andrew circa, I think, 1969, something like that. And it was an old weathered picture, but Jane was in her full regalia back then. Andrew was wearing a headdress in full regalia. So Jane has been doing cultural events for a long, long time. So I want to acknowledge Jane there. Thanks, Jane. And carrying the Canadian flag on behalf of that European colonial nation that we call Canada. This is a place of welcomeness and inclusion. Please welcome Kelly McLeod. Kelly. Woo. All right, and of course, I want to do a proper welcome of our lead dancers here with us. We've got our male and female lead dancer. Our lead dancer from the men's side, from Doki's First Nation, Oki Kendot. A big welcome, please, to Antonio DiNardo Jr. Looking good, Antonio. Looking good, man. And right here from Taganing, from Nipissing First Nation, she's our female lead dancer. Big welcome to Juanita McLeod. So that is our head staff, our small socially distanced head staff. And of course, I want to acknowledge Perry McLeod. He's going to be our elder. He's also going to be our co-host. He's going to be, there's a reason why this is a big, long, panned out picture, because Perry's going to be sitting right there, and we're going to be socially distanced here. So happy to be joining you today. We've got a welcome song that we have pre-recorded. So how the virtual powwow is going to work, we have one drum that's here that's going to be offering some live singing that you're going to be hearing throughout. But there's also going to be some pre-taped songs, pre-taped dancing that's going to be featuring a lot of our dancers from right here in Nipissing First Nation, as well as our local community. So this is going to be our welcome song. That's going to welcome all of our dancers. We may have some dancing here. If you're at home, you know what I really love about the social distance powwow Facebook site? I've turned it on a number of times where there's been live powwow, and I've been dancing by myself in my living room sometimes. And you know, that's what powwow is all about, that drum, the heartbeat of our nation that will continue, ensure that we celebrate and we survive as Anishinaabe, as Indigenous people across Turtle Island, and it's done through powwow. So this is our welcome song for you at home. Welcome to the 2020 Nipissing First Nation Virtual Powwow. All right, wonderful welcome song, and that's how we welcome people. This is an inclusive place. When we talk about powwow, it's a contemporary gathering that is welcoming of all people, and we're happy to be able to do this virtually. Joined here now with Perry McLeod-Jabgijic. Enzo Ket is his name. He's a storyteller, which means you got to take a lot of what he says with a grain of salt. Hey, just kidding.
A little bit of pepper.
Yeah, Perry and I are going to chat a little bit later, but I do want to introduce and to give a welcome on behalf of the Nipissing and Anishinaabe. He is our Gima, he's our chief, and his lineage goes right back to Chief Jabgijic, who signed our treaty on September 9th, 1850. He's been leading us very well in COVID and leading our band council here. So please welcome Nipissing First Nation elected chief Scott McLeod-Jabgijic.
Oh.
Are we good? Hi, everybody. It's Chief McLeod here, and I want to welcome everybody to the 2020 Nipissing First Nation powwow. Yes, it's virtual, but it's still our powwow. And I think one of the things that we need to learn from this is that as Anishinaabe people, over the millennia, we've always adapted to the conditions that surround us in our environment. And this is just another thing that the Creator has thrown at us that we are adapting to. And it's good to see that the community is pulling together, but doing it safely in a safe manner. So hence the virtual powwow. I want to say Chimigwich, a big thank you to, first of all, the sacred items, the Eagle staffs, the drum. I want to say Chimigwich to the singers and to the dancers and to all the staff and volunteers that were able to work together in a safe way to pull this together. So with that, I just want to say welcome to everybody. It's a little different. I'm sure it feels different from here. I'm sure it feels different out there, but we're all together in spirit. So I think this is something that's good for the soul to get out and enjoy powwows. So Chimigwich, thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
Miigwech, Gima, thanks very much. Appreciate those words from my good friend Scott, our Gima, our leader here. Feels like we should have some kind of news music. Dun, 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 and I should be shuffling papers in front of me. Yeah, live news here in Nipissing First Nation. Well, I want to welcome everybody. It's nice to have Enzo Ket, Perry McLeod with us. And really looking forward to this afternoon. We're going to have some really great singing and dancing. Perry, you mentioned that it's a special time for you. You've become a recent grandfather of Mishomis for the first time. Yeah, tell me what that's been about.
Oh, it's you think you kind of know or feel like you're prepared, but when it happens, it's a whole different ballgame. It's pretty amazing, to be in that. It's almost like you're a parent again, but it's a different level of parenting. It's and that little bundle that is in our family that has really brought our family together again. So that new life is just amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah, one of the things that I love about being a parent is when your kids are little and you could hold them. And I used to love lifting my boys up in the sky and holding my girl. Now, now that they're older and bigger.
I'd like to see you lift up your boys.
Yeah, my son, Migwans and Griffin, there's no lifting them. They're lifting me most of the time. But I just can't wait for when I get a chance to be Mishomis and have that little one in my hands again. I guess it's a special time too because you learn how to change diapers again.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike though. You know? Once you get back into it, it's
a real messy, stinky bike.
It is, but it's a good stink.
Scott kind of made us laugh. He referred to Perry and I as baloney and bannock.
Yeah.
And that's really true because Perry and I have been doing this a long time and we're so close that way. So happy to be with you there, Bannock.
Yeah, and we're a couple of cartoon characters.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we got some great pre-recorded songs. We also got Burning Plains that's going to be singing here with us this weekend. Next song is going to be a women's traditional straight song, and a couple of dancers there, Brooklyn Sawyer and Lorraine Liberty. Really happy to have them. So this is the women's traditional straight live at the 2020 Nipissing First Nation Virtual Powwow. Women's traditional straight song. Wonderful to see Gamogi Kwe, Lorraine
Yeah.
Liberty in there. She's dancing up a storm. Of
Yeah.
course,
She still
Lorraine,
got it.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, and a lot of wisdom carried there. Gamogi Kwe and I go back quite a long time, so really nice to hear. I do want to acknowledge something quite important when it comes to any powwow, virtual powwow or otherwise, is the involvement of veterans. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of veterans these days here in Nipissing First Nation. The powwow organizers did their best to have a veteran here, but unfortunately the veteran canceled that yesterday for whatever reason. But I do want to acknowledge the importance of having veterans at our powwows. These gatherings are led by those Eagle staffs, those flags of our nations. And it's told to us that it is those elders, those veterans that have served our nations. So we call them Ogichida and Ogichida Kwe, those ones that serve our people. As some say that's a translation of warrior. And to us, it's not about warrior. It's not being a warrior or waging war. It's about service. It's about that heart. And the Ogichida are the ones that do that. And this gathering that we have evolved into the modern day powwow comes from that time where it was led by the warriors. It was led by our Ogichida, and it was that eagle staff that was carried by them. So it's this gathering that is that extension of honoring those veterans that served. So we do acknowledge the veterans. I did choose to wear my poppy today as an important symbol. Here, for those of you in the United States, here in Canada, we wear our poppy on Veterans Day, Remembrance Day, we call it here in Canada, as an acknowledgement of those who serve. So I do want to speak, important to speak of those veterans that we have. Speaking of Ogichida, our next the next exhibition is the men's traditional, and the men's traditional is one of our oldest style of dance as Indigenous people in our powwow circle, and it's the dance of the Ogichida, the dance of those men that have taken up the service of their nation, have served in wartime, have also provided for our families through their exploits and success in hunting. And it's that time of year. How did you do? Did you hunt this year yet?
I've hunted this year, but I haven't been out enough to have any good luck yet. But I'm still trying.
You had a heck of a good luck last year, because I benefited. I still have some meat from last year and some of that young moose there.
Yeah,
it's
most years I do well. It's not over yet, so I'm still out there.
So it's this men's traditional dance that is a part of our powwow that acknowledges those ones that hunt, those ones that are those Ogichida, our warriors. So this is our men's traditional exhibition here at the Nipissing First Nation virtual powwow.
Wow.
Wow, men's traditional. I want to
What the
acknowledge that's really good. I want to acknowledge all those dancers. Trent Bocage, Neben Nakaji, Blair was in there. Blair Bocage, looking good, Blair. Mackenzie Otter Eyes Eagle. Yeah, he was right in there at the end. Look at that. Smooth. That guy's smooth, man. Tayton Mianscombe. Tori Fisher was in there. Cody Matinus.
Matthias.
Is that Matthias? Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I do have glasses. Lance Sutherland and Lance Sarrazin. Thank you very much, traditional dancers. Really great job and really good times. Yeah. So we are going to have a live song here, and this is to really give an exhibition to our head dancer, Juanita McLeod from Nipissing First Nation. She is a jingle dress dancer, showing us that beautiful jingle dress that she has. And that jingle dress is the healing dress of our people. It is the indigenous dress of Anishinaabe Kwe. And there's a specific purpose for that dress. When you hear that sound of those beautiful jingles, that is the sound of creation itself. So when the spirit first created the universe, it was that sound that emanated from the spirit world, from that center place, from that spirit world, offering us healing into this time. So when you hear those jingles, you hear that sound, that's where that healing comes from. And if we were here and it was powwow time, I would offer everyone who's looking for that healing a chance to give tobacco to Juanita, any of the other jingle dress dancers, to ask for that healing, because the spirit provides that healing. That's what this activity we call powwow is really all about too. It's about the healing of our spirits and our communities and our way of life. So we're going to go over to the Burning Plains Singers, and this is featuring Juanita McLeod, our head dancer. This is our jingle dress exhibition. Take it away. Burning Plains Singers of Alderville First Nation. This is the straight style of the jingle dress dancing. Burning Plains. Awesome. Thank you very much, Juanita McLeod, our head dancer. And Juanita's been dancing since she was very young. She was a traditional dancer for a while.
Yeah.
Even if I think way back, she was even a fancy shawl dancer when she first
geez.
started.
That's before my time.
So Juanita actually has been recently involved with the Canadian Rangers, a branch of the military service Canadian Forces here in Canada, and doing some work with the Indigenous Affairs Group out of Canadian Forces Base Borden. So I want to acknowledge Juanita's good work there. Yeah, you know, speaking of powwow, there's no food vendors at this powwow, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm leaving.
Yeah, I know. By this time, I would have been on my third scone dog, waiting for the Indian tacos to be delivered.
Yeah.
I do want to acknowledge one of our great friends on the Facebook, on the YouTube chat. I want to acknowledge Tim McLeod.
Yes.
We were actually just thinking of Tim and his family. Tim runs Tim's Convenience, and he donated some propane that's keeping us warm. So it's a bit cool here in Nipissing today. It's about 5 degrees, maybe even a bit cooler. I feel it on the hands. But, you know, thanks to Tim for providing a little bit of that propane. Really appreciate that. Perry was asking about lunch earlier. He's always asking about lunch. And he was wondering when the KFC was going to arrive.
Yeah.
We don't have KFC, but we've got the chicken dance coming up next.
Good. Yeah.
And you know, actually, we shouldn't make light of the chicken dance. The chicken dance is an important dance of the people of the Great Plains of this territory of Turtle Island. And it's that prairie chicken that was such an important part of the life of the prairie people, the plains people. And it's that prairie chicken that we honor through this dance. And one of our dancers, Talon Bokash, is going to offer that for us. So in this next video, we are going to acknowledge this is the men's prairie chicken. Take it away. That's Talon Bocage doing the men's chicken, represented here in Nipissing. Really great stuff. Tell the folks what you were saying about the plains, Perry. Talking about the prairie chicken.
When you refer to the plains in Nipissing, you're talking about Verner. Yeah, that's the plains for
it's
us.
so true.
Out west.
Again, Bob Goulet here with Perry McLeod, the Nipissing First Nation 2020 virtual powwow. And, you know, I'm a powwow MC. I've been doing that for a number of years.
Way too long.
Yeah, way too long, some people will say. But, you know, it's funny, going to powwow each and every weekend, you realize how, you know, that's part of our lives in the summertime. And I didn't know what to do with my time half the time on the weekends.
Yeah, it's a really important social time. We celebrate, we have ceremony, but it's a time to visit and renew friendships and make new ones. It's really important.
Even through this, I know we're not wearing our masks right now, but because Perry and I are separated by this barrier here.
Otherwise, we'd be fighting.
Yeah, or else we'd be fighting. Then we kiss and make up. And we got a barrier here. But really great to have Perry here with us. We're going to have another women's traditional song. This is the double beat, the heartbeat of our drum, and that really acknowledges that beautiful drum that is the heart of our nation. That is that drum that brings all of us together. And to celebrate that, we are going to go back to Brooklyn Sawyer and Lorraine Liberty, Gimogi Kwe, for the women's traditional double beat song.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much. Again, Brooklyn Sawyer and Lorraine Liberty giving us that double beat traditional version. So I do want to acknowledge a few people that are on the chat. So we are virtual today. So we've got some folks joining us on YouTube chat. Again, I mentioned Tim.
Being heckled virtually.
Yes, that's right. You can heckle as much as you want. I see Courtney from just down the street here in Taganing. Very grateful because she needed that for her spirit. So that's what we're trying to do. So good to see you, Courtney. I see Jackie. I see Brenda Simpson. Wonderful. She's enjoying herself. Aaron C. And yeah, it was really great. I see some folks that love the chicken dance. So I want to acknowledge, it looks like Bill Cosby, but it's actually Bill Crosby. Bill Cosby, he may not be joining us today on Facebook. So. Yeah, but I see Janice. Hey, Janice, your mom is dancing away there. So great. Raven Flint, nice to see Raven from Tracy and Stephanie Restool.
Is anyone commenting on who's better looking?
No, but I think maybe we should have a poll. I've got prizes. I'm the guy that controls the prizes. Yeah. So if you want to vote, click. The can of click. Yeah. All right, we are going to go live here. Our Burning Plains Singers, our host drum this weekend today is getting a song ready. And this is going to feature our men's traditional dancer. And his name is Antonio DiNardo Jr. And I told the story the other day. Antonio began dancing about 8 years ago. And the reason why he got into dancing is he was injured in a very big way. He was a victim of a drunk driver. Broke his pelvis, was really in a lot of pain. And it was this way of life, this powwow way of life, that really gave him that really good healing to get back into this way of life. So he's been dancing ever since. From Oki Kendot, from Dokis, this is our head dancer, Antonio DiNardo Jr. This is the men's traditional Burning Plains. Take it away. There's those eagle feathers in a good way, and those feathers feature quite prominently in his bustle that he wears on his lower back. This is the men's traditional exhibition special here at the 2020 virtual powwow here at Nipissing First Nation. And I do want to acknowledge that story of the Burning Plains Singers coming from Alderville First Nation. The people of Alderville region are called the Mississauga people. Mississauga Anishinaabe. And they're called that because they're the people that settled around the great river mouths of Lake Ontario. Oh, wow. And it's that family. I did not know that. Yeah. It's the family around Rice Lake that keeps that story of the Burning Plains. And our good friend Jordan Mowat, who's the lead singer of Burning Plains, talks about how, as a war tactic, the Anishinaabe, who were quite formidable as warriors, held off the Haudenosaunee warriors. And one of the tactics they used is they burned that plain that they have there of the great grasslands around Alderville, and burned that in such a way that it really intimidated the Haudenosaunee.
They wouldn't be able to hide too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it was quite a tactic, and it really helped turn the tide of that battle during
And
those
that's
times.
why these days in our communities we burn our grass every spring, is in honor of that.
That's right. That's right. So thanks very much, Burning Plains. I want to acknowledge Jordan and his family, and if his dad's joining us, Chief Dave Mowat of Alderville, a really good friend, goes back a long, long time. All right, I want to acknowledge a few people. I see Loretta is joining us, and Mary Dokis and Marion Goulet Makwabe joining us from Dokis today. So nice to see you folks. I see Veronica joining us. She's watching her niece
Dokis,
Juanita dancing and Sherry Ann dancing.
The home of the black fly. Nice,
Zach Frawley is there joining us. Apparently, he goes by the name of Bill Crosby online, but it's Zach Frawley. And Mary Bocage. We were talking. Jordan just got a job at St. Joseph Scholar Hall, doing some work there with the graduates and the staff there. And Mary, of course, is an alumni of SJSH too, as I am. So wonderful. And I see Becky McLeod is joining us, asking when does the feast start? If there was
question.
If there was a real feast, the lineup would have already started.
We could at least have a virtual one.
And Nipissing First Nation has the best feast, bar none, of any powwow. I've been going to powwow for years. I've been going to powwow right across Turtle Island. We have Nipissing First Nation pickerel here.
Ooh, can't beat that.
Can't beat that. No. All right, we are going to go to the Fancy Shawl Dancers. This is going to be a video offering the Fancy Shawl way of life. And that's Lindsay Cucci, Tashina Sarazin, Desiree Sands, and Hayden McLeod. This is the Women and Girls Fancy Shawl Straight. Go ahead, Fancy Shawl Dancers. All right, thanks very much. And that was Lindsay Cucci, Tashina, Desiree, and Hayden. Thanks very much. Women's Fancy Shawl. And Fancy Shawl is the dance of our Ogichida Kwewag, the warrior women. And it was when our men went away, or in these modern times when we've gone AWOL, we've left our families, in more recent times, sadly. It's these women that stand up for their families, stand up for their communities, oftentimes, again, raising families on their own.
Taking on that role, and all those roles.
So us men need to step up sometimes in those scenarios. But this dance honors those women that take up that role. And it was said back in the day that because of their role role in looking after and standing up for their families, they ask for that privilege from the elders to dance in that style, where they're not just staying close to the ground, but standing and dancing above the ground.
The ground, yeah.
And they took the form of that beautiful mimigwants, that
the
beautiful butterfly. Yeah, really nice story. A women's fancy shawl. I'm going to post if you're on YouTube chat right now, I'm going to post a trivia question. And here it goes. The trivia question, and this is for a prize. And look at these. The prize are these moccasins, or these mucklucks. Look at these mucklucks. These are donated by the wonderful Mindy Martell.
Moccasins.
Yeah, well, they are moccasins. Yeah, they're kind of mucklucks, kind of moccasins. But look at the detail. Mindy donated these, and if you can answer, be the first to answer that question. And the question is, when did Nipissing First Nation and the other Lake Huron First Nations sign our treaty?
Ooh.
Don't give it their period. Yep, you're not eligible. So Courtney Commanda is the first to answer it, and the answer is 1850. Courtney, you are the winner. Courtney, these are your moccasins, and I don't know if they're your size, but I think they're going to be great.
Though.
Jennifer Bocage acknowledging you came in second place. Jennifer, maybe
she gets the other one.
Yeah. Courtney, you get one. Your BFF Jennifer gets the second one.
We share.
So great stuff. Great prize. So, but look at this. This is going to be the next prize. So stick around if you want to win this beautiful medallion. Look at this. Look at it. It's even 3D. Get out your 3D glasses. I still remember the 3D glasses you get from the movie theater or from the cereal box. But you can win this one. So stand by for some trivia for that. Okay, the next video is going to be the crow hop, and this is one of our favorite social dances that we have in powwows.
Yeah,
we love crow hopping. I remember when we were kids singing the crow hop song, and it got around. Everybody going. Yeah, this crow hop's going to feature Mackenzie Otter Eyes Eagle and Tayton Mianscum to offer this. This is our crow hop at the Nipissing First Nation virtual powwow. Take it away, crow hoppers. Right on. Crow Hop live here in the Nipissing First Nation on Facebook, on YouTube. Congratulations to Courtney Commanda for winning those moccasins. Lots of great, couple more great prizes here. I do want to acknowledge a couple of people who actually came up with the idea of the virtual powwow.
Oh,
And that's Caitlin Goulet and Bradley Gunn. And they thought, what can we do during COVID that can be safe, that we could share with the community, and we could really demonstrate how beautiful our powwow singing and dancing is. So I want to acknowledge Caitlin Goulet and Bradley Gunn.
wow, that's cool.
Yeah, real visionary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The other people I want to recognize are Sarah Cornthwaite and her team, which includes Charles Fiado and Alex Williams. They are the crew that's here doing a great job feeding us with all kinds of goodies and that sort of thing.
The three amigos.
That's right. Yeah, three amigos plus Bologna and Bannock. You can't get any better than that. We are going to keep going with this powwow. We've got a lot of songs, lots of dancing as well. And this is going to be the jingle category. And, it's been a real resurgence of jingle dress dancers.
Yeah.
The jingle dress began with, and I want to acknowledge the White family of a beautiful place called Lake of the Woods in Treaty 3 territory.
No, that story.
Yeah. And that dance came to the White family as a means of healing. Mm-hmm. And again, it's that sound of that jingle dress that mimics the sound of creation. When you hear that shishiguan, that shaker, and you hear that that jingle, that's the sound of the creator's own thought.
Yeah.
In our creation story, it was that time before the creator even, envisioned any of this.
Yeah, it was the sound that caught his attention.
That sound emanated from that center place, and that's where that healing comes from. So we've got a whole list of dancers, and we're fortunate here in Nipissing. If you remember, Perry, when we first started singing and dancing, there weren't a lot of dancers.
No.
And it was our youth that really started to take that up.
Yeah. Anishinabem, is it Wishkinijik?
Wishkinijik, yeah.
Anishinaabe Wishkinijik.
Yeah, I want to acknowledge Marissa McLeod Marissa George came up with that name, and it came from her grandma.
Oh, Marta.
The Marta, gave us that name, and that was the name of our youth group that began this cultural phenomenon, this resurgence in Nipissing.
Yeah.
And it's gone to all of our families. So I want to acknowledge Zigwan Fisher Summer, Alicia Lair, my cousin Alicia, Sarah Cucci, Christina Bocage, Melanie Bocage, Peyton Bocage, all dancing in this video.
How many Bocages?
Yeah, I know. I think all of them. Yeah. Angel Armstrong, Miley Fisher, Lexa McLeod, Kelsey Borgford, and Kelsey is the reigning Nipissing First Nation. She's our Miss Nipissing First Nation.
The senior or the junior?
Kelsey, I think, is the senior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and JC Martel, Tamara Panassi, Serena Panassi Nadeau, Peyton Wright, and Chanel Armstrong. Going to be dancing. This is our jingle dress exhibition here at our live Nipissing First Nation virtual powwow. Enjoy the jingle dress special.
Oh.
All right, wonderful stuff. Great dancing online, and we're having a good time. Perry and I just
This is fun.
catching up. Yeah.
I'm going to do this tomorrow again. How about you guys? You up for that?
Come back next weekend. We're going to do this again.
No, tomorrow.
I am going to get Charles in a little bit to walk around and we're going to do some commentary about these four directions. I've asked Perry to give us a bit of teachings on these four keepers of these doorways here in a little bit. But I do want to acknowledge we do have a singer special. If those of you who are been lurking around Facebook and the Nipissing First Nation Facebook page and the language and culture page, there was a call out for a singer special for this powwow, and I want to acknowledge a few of the nominees that submitted a video. Those were all submitted on the Facebook. You can go to the Nipissing First Nation language and culture heritage page to view these videos. I want to acknowledge one video offered by Tashina Sarazin, Lance Sutherland, Neben Nakaji, and Cody Matthias. Thanks very much for sending in a video. I want to acknowledge also Tara Lynn Remillard for sending in a video as well. So thank you very much. But I'm going to announce the top three.
Ooh.
And we're going to start with third place, and then we're going to play the first place winner. Video number 4, and this is third place with 15 points, was the wonderful Jerry McComb and Taylor Sarazin, giving the social distance drumstick song by Hybrid Singers.
Drumstick
and they want to. It was pretty cool, but it was a song composed by our good friend Dave Okama. Thanks very much. So that was the third place. The runner-up, second place, was a video by Tashina Sarazin again, Lance Sutherland. I'm saying it wrong. This is wrong. I already announced that one. Second place with 20 points is the Something Else Singers.
Something Else.
And that was led by Brent Govender and Tyler Otterize Eagle. And it's a song by Brendan. And they came in second place with 20 points. So thanks very much to the Something Else Singers.
Something Else Singers.
Yeah, those
it rolls off your tongue.
Yeah, real creative. And I also want to acknowledge the first place video in the Nipissing First Nation Virtual Powwow Singer Special is the Aqua Boys. Aqua Boys. And that's Ryan Wesley, DJ O'Connor, and Chris Chicho. And it's a song composed by DJ O'Connor. They are the winners of the special, and they were told that they won. So they submitted a second video as a bit of an acknowledgement of that. They had 25 points in that special, so they win the prize. So here are the Aqua Boys and their winning video. This is the Nipissing First Nations Virtual Powwow Singer Special.
Thank you, Nipissing First Nation Powwow, for putting on this special. And congratulations to all the other entries. And this is our victory song.
All right, Aqua Boys, and that was courtesy of Sarah's Facebook feed. So you could see the video quality wasn't quite as good as Charles and Alex and Sarah's stuff, but it does the trick. And they won a little bit of Jonia for that.
Oh.
So it's cash prize.
Wow.
Wonderful to see. We're very fortunate here in Nipissing First Nation that we have our powwow grounds, usually in Jocko Point. But because of last year, we had a bit of a flood at our powwow grounds. We had to bring the powwow to the village here, Garden Village, a place called Taganing, the capital of Nipissing First Nation.
Capital, yeah.
But to have our powwow here, we also brought those that keep the doorways of our powwow. So Charles is out there with his camera. I'm going to ask Perry to talk a little bit about those that keep these doorways for us. So over to you, Perry.
Sure. Yeah. Well, first I want to acknowledge Marty Restool, who was carved. I don't know if all of them, but he certainly carved some of these animals that represent each of the doors. And Marty was a phenomenal carver from Dokis, and so his legacy in part are these carvings that have been watching over those four doors. The first door here, that the yellow, the east, we have that Migizi, that bald eagle. Looks like he was at a bingo and sat in the wrong seat, though. He's got a black eye on.
Poor guy.
But that eagle is that guardian of that eastern door. And the eastern door is the place where all things in our territory where we begin. So that's why grand entry comes through that door. That's the place where the new day comes from, the morning time, the springtime, all those certain things in our teachings that come from that eastern door enter there. And so that eagle is part of that guardian who watches over that door. So it's not just symbolic. It is believed that the spirit of that eagle is the one who guards that door. The next door over here, Ginu, that golden eagle. Golden eagle represents that southern door, and again is like the bald eagle. It is a guardian. It watches over. It is a fierce predator. Unlike the bald eagle tends to eat carrion and does fish once in a while, but it's that golden eagle is a very well designed predator, and he guards that southern door. The southern door represents all those things from the south, that red color, the indigenous people, the summertime, the youth time in our lives. All of those teachings, everything that it comes from that door is guarded by the spirit of the golden eagle. And in different territories, there might be different animals that guard those doors according to their own teachings. But in our area, these are some of the ones that we see as the ones who represent that door.
In our society as Anishinaabe, we acknowledge that Ginu as that spirit animal that guides our Ogichida, our warriors. And
yes.
Oftentimes we have that Ogichida dance in our societies where we hold up and honor those warriors, those Ogichida.
Yeah, and in the West, in that color black that we use to symbolize that part of the great mystery, part of that spirit world that our spirits journey towards when we leave our vessel, and it's that buffalo, that represents and guards that western door, and that's the door when we do our ceremonies for our ancestors, like we do the ceremonies at this time in the fall, like the Feast of the Dead. When we do our funeral ceremonies, it's often that western door is the door that we turn to, and we ask a good journey for those spirits to go through. And at times we ask the spirits to come from that door, the ancestors, to come and help us. So that western door is guarded by that buffalo.
That buffalo is, in our story, it talks about how that buffalo is so strong that it can even give up. It'll keep guarding that doorway as long as it can. It'll even give up its own parts of its body in some cases,
Mhm.
to stand up for us. So
Yeah.
when we are going through that difficult time, the difficult strength, oftentimes we should be offering that tobacco to that buffalo to give us that strength.
Yeah.
And we acknowledge that buffalo is also the keeper of that society in our way of life as an Anishinaabe, that buffalo dance society that offers that strength to our young people as they're beginning their role towards adulthood. It's that buffalo that will keep them strong and make sure that they're being raised in a good way and
Yeah.
being strong Anishinaabe men, women, and people.
Yeah, yeah, that buffalo is certainly represents that strength in all parts of our being, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. And that final door is represented by Makwa, by that
Ooh.
bear. The bear is that medicine creature. It carries all our knowledge about our medicines. It visits us in dreams to help us, guide us with when we are in search of that knowledge. That northern door is that represents that healing, the healing that we search for in our lives. That, or we call it healing, but it also is referred to as the balance. Looking for that balance in our lives, which is part of when we are healed. When we are healed, we achieve that balance, and so that Makwa is the one who guards that, and she's the one who brings life in this. She starts that cycle in the new moon, and in and around February, where she turns in her den and she signals to creation that a new life cycle will begin. And it's that Makwa and that female bear who gives birth in that lodge, in her lodge, in her den, that shows us, just how much medicine and how much power the bears have, and how special they are to our people. And so they guard that northern door.
And that I want to acknowledge Wabshkimakwa, that white bear. And it's that time of year. There's no snow on the ground right now, but we know that blanket, that covering that's going to take care of our mother during the winter is going to come, and it comes to us from that direction. That Giwenong, that white bear, that gives us that. So miigwech Enzoket for that beautiful introduction. We are going to call in our lead dancer again. So we're going to go over to Juanita McLeod, our lead dancer, joining us here, and she's going to give us a exhibition, and we are going to go to our host drum doing a great job this weekend, and that's Burning Plain Singers. Again, the lead singer there is Jordan Mowat from Alderville First Nation, and we are going to go over to those guys. This is the Burning Plain Singers and the women and girls and all gender jingle dress dancers. Take it away. This is the sidestep style of the jingle dress exhibition, acknowledging that beautiful healing that comes through all Indigenous people, through the Anishinaabe people, the keepers of this jingle dress. There are still societies of our people that still carry this jingle dress healing ceremony and conduct that on a regular basis. I want to acknowledge all those that belong to those societies, including my fellow Midewan Anishinaabe, who might be listening and joining us here in this virtual powwow. Abojo Midewan Gamatsuje. morning, Plains, and Juanita McLeod, our lone jingle dress dancer, live here in the beautiful arena that we have, the rink we call it here in Garden Village. It's cold enough you think they'd have ice by now.
I know.
But
I brought my skates.
We are going to, I want to acknowledge Amy Commanda and Brenda Simpson, who are, Brenda really appreciates the production value of the videos, including the woodland and water scenery. So thanks very much to Brenda. Want to acknowledge Janice Grant again. Wonderful. Want to acknowledge Don Lamott. Don is laughing at Perry for the laughs and some of his jokes. Want to acknowledge
I'm being serious here.
Bocage, Robert Ronning, thanks very much. Zach F. And Zach says thank you for the teaching. So great to have that. And Jennifer Bocage.
I made it all up.
Oh, and I see Jennifer McKinnon, my daughter's mama.
Oh, yeah.
Jennifer
all the way out
joining
east.
us from Cape Breton.
Wow.
So nice to see you, Jennifer. Angel Armstrong joining us today. Shania Woods, Melanie Bocage. Oh,
Mel.
It's so funny. We're socially distanced. A lot of these folks are our family. It's kind of weird. Christina's here. Bringing me food. That's great. Good stuff. That's important. We do have we do have another prize. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, you will bring me bologna.
And Bannock.
Look into my eyes.
Bologna and Bannock.
Bologna and Bannock. Christina, you will bring me. Oh, she really did.
Yeah.
Look at.
2 for me.
I don't expect these are. Oh, really? Thank you. Oh, these are for us.
Yeah.
Oh. But I've got a trivia question. Look at this beautiful, beautiful medallion. Oh, you can be the winner of this medallion if you're watching live on TV. We can't really do a live spot dance, but you can be the winner of this. Here is trivia question number 2. Farron Solis joining us, my cousin Farron. Greg Roy joining us. Michelle, thanks very much. Trivia question number 2. Looking for the first one to answer this question. Are you ready? Everyone's picking up their
phones.
Everyone's logging in, ready to go. Here we go.
Hang on, me too.
Here we go. Trivia question number 2. Here it goes. Which animal keeps the eastern doorway of our powwow arena? That's the trivia question for this medallion.
I knew that one yesterday.
Looking for the first person to respond correctly. Thanks very much, Michelle. And Rebecca Commanda, Becky Commanda, it's the eagle. Loretta, Farah,
Which one?
Greg, Veronica, Brenda, Bald Eagle, wonderful. The winner is Becky Commanda. Becky, you are the winner of this beautiful medallion. Look at the colors on that. Very nice. And thank you very much, Christina, for that bologna.
Yeah.
Who would have known? All right. We are going to go to our next video. I need to find where we are in our list here. Really nicely color-coded list. Look at that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I don't want to wear that.
We're going to Men's Fancy, and the Men's Fancy dancer is Rylan Fisher, going to be joining us. So this is the Men's Fancy here at the 2020 Nipissing First Nation Virtual Powwow. If you're having a good time, tell us so. Chat away, ask any questions. A Q&A with Perry and myself is coming up next. Have any cultural questions, anything you want to ask? We're going to do that. I don't really understand what you're saying. Okay, over to you, Rylan, and this is the Men's Fancy. Rylan Fisher, thank you very much. I'm looking at the wrong video because the video is a bit behind here online, but I should be looking over there. But thanks very much. Bob Goulet here with Perry McLeod Jobgijic, having a good time. It's so funny. I was kind of just joking that somebody should bring me bologna and bannock. Perry and I were joking that, people calling us bologna and bannock, and we got bologna and fry bread from Christine.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Ketchup and everything.
Oh, yeah. So thanks very much, Christina. They take really good care of us. You know, our powwow family is so kind. You know, our way of life is about kindness, and that's the way we should be. It was International Kindness Day yesterday, was it? Something like that? But
I know for us that's every day. So I don't know. I didn't know they had one day for that.
International Anishinaabe Kindness Day is every day.
Every day.
Very cool. So
except on council meeting day.
Except council meeting day. All right, we've got an intertribal song. We've got a whole number of singers involved in that. Miley Fisher, Lexa McLeod, Talon Bocage, Rylan Fisher, Chloe McLeod, Hayden McLeod, Trent Bocage, Cody Martinez, and Tashina Sarazin. This is going to be an intertribal, and usually this is our favorite time, the chance to dance. So feel free at home. Just get out and
stand up and dance wherever you are.
Stand up and dance. Yeah, break it out and do your best Kevin Bacon or whatever you'd like to do. Fred Astaire if you want.
Yeah, maybe Tom Cruise.
Yes,
you know,
you can
in
do
your underwear.
Go ahead. This is Intertribal here at the 2020 Nipissing First Nation Virtual Powwow. Our Q&A is coming up next. Give us your best questions. Happy to answer them. This is our Intertribal. Take it away.
Woo!
All right, good dancing, and some of them are so cute, Barry.
Oh yeah,
right on. It's wonderful to see. In that video, I was talking to Sarah offline, Sarah Cornwaite, who has been leading a lot of the production here. that some of these dancers just ended up showing up in Nipissing when they were taping during that afternoon and just started dancing. You know,
Yeah,
they didn't
no
necessarily have
regalia. Yeah.
First question I have for you, I do want to acknowledge a few of the people that are on. Loretta Dokis, Mary says, never mind about the necklace, share your baloney. She says so.
True
Good,
Indian there.
Yeah, really good to have you, Mary. I see Peggy joining us, Peg Goulet. And I see Emily Cucci all the way from Calgary.
Wow.
Way over in Treaty 6, I think is Calgary. So hi, Emily, how you doing? Way over there. So pretty cool seeing where everyone is. And I see Val Commanda from Saskatchewan.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, Val.
Really cool. Yeah. This is a great homecoming virtually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish we can see you. I got the first question. I don't see any questions yet. If you're on YouTube, please type in your questions. Be happy to answer them. First question I'm going to give to you, Perry. When's the first powwow that you remember going to?
Oh, geez, the first powwow.
Of course, that was before we had powwows.
Yeah. I believe Wiki powwow was the first powwow I went to.
Indian days.
Indian days. We had our own Indian days here.
Yeah.
But back, when Wiki had, because they had really begun a lot of the powwow gatherings over the years, and then it kind of grew from there. I don't know if they were the first in our territory, but they certainly were one of the first. And I remember heading down to Wiki, and that's back when they had the 49ers and all those kinds of old things, old activities they used to do. But it was an awesome time. And when I went there, I was a little scared because I hadn't been to Wiki very much, and in different reserves we played a lot of hockey against each other, and so we didn't know if there was grudges that might still be around from those.
And our parents told us stories. Of Wiki and play other places. Stay home. I think they were just always afraid we're going to get into trouble or something.
Yeah, we're going to join into the trouble wherever we were. But so that was the very first gathering I went to. And I don't even remember what year it was, but it was a long time ago. Yeah. I'm old.
Yeah. Same. You're a Mishomis now.
Yeah.
Same answer I have is Wiki powwow. I remember going to Wiki because we were invited there by Willie Trudeau and Marie Trudeau. Yeah. And we were just young people and got a chance to go out to Wiki. But that was the first time I was around the drum. The first time I was around the drum was actually right in this spot. Right here, and this is a long time ago, before the band office was here. It might not have even been a ball field at the time,
just
or it
bush.
Might have been. It was, but it was Paul Najuan and the Whirlwind Singers were invited here.
Yeah.
I think it was arranged through Mary Lou Fox from Ojibwe
Cultural Foundation.
This was even before we had a cultural program. And we were able to invite us to sit around the drum. That was the first time I sat around the drum. I must have been 6 or 7 years old. Very, very young.
That was back in the dinosaur times.
But
Jurassic.
And what's funny was interesting.
Jurassic
drum. Paul Najuan became a good teacher and a good friend and mentor over the years. And I got a chance to sing with Whirlwind Singers for a long time. So really great question. From. The question is from Donald Sutherland Perry. How gooder was the bannock in Bologna?
It was awesome.
It was really good.
It was awesome. Yeah. Hey, can I do a little shout out?
Yeah, sure.
I want to shout out to my mom, Gomi. I know she's out there because I just got a note. She said I didn't wash my hands before I ate. So
a shout out to Perry's mom. Yeah, definitely. And we were joking a little bit earlier. I was watching the video at home, the sneak peek video the other day, and I'm watching myself on a big screen TV doing that. And then I look at myself and I ask myself, why is my dad talking about powwow on TV? With my COVID look, I kind of look, a lot of people are telling me I look like my dad. And sure enough, I seen. And we were kind of joking just before we started that we're calling each other governor. And that comes from a nickname that my dad and others were call each other. Perry's dad was the governor.
Yeah, that's right. And so now we're the deputy governor.
That's right. All right, really great times. Okay, we've got a question here. Will next year's powwow be held earlier, assuming it's virtual too? So good question from Greg Roy. Who knows? I hope we have next year. We've conquered this. We're all safe. We're using our masks, doing all this good work, and we're flattening that curve. Hopefully we can go back to powwow.
It's really up to us if that happens by how we behave. If we can follow those those protocols around being safe, then really it can happen. But it's really up to us whether it does or not.
Yep. So true. So please make sure you're washing your hands, making sure you stay home. Don't chance it. Don't go out unless you have to. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, because COVID is serious. There are some people. I had a good conversation with a woman, Donna Augustine from LC Puktuk First Nation in New Brunswick, and she had a family that did end up getting COVID, and a couple of them have passed on.
Oh, that's
because
terrible.
of that. So I want to acknowledge that. So let's go back to powwow. We've got a double beat song, and that's coming to us via videotape. We're at Fancy Shawl, I believe, Sarah. That's where we're at. And this is going to feature Lindsay Cucci, Tashina Sarazen, Desiree Sands, and Hayden McLeod. This is the Fancy Shawl double beat song here at the Nipissing First Nation 2020 Virtual Powwow. Take it away, double beat. All right, thanks very much. Fancy Shawl Dancers and the double beat song. Really great stuff. Thanks very much for all the great questions, and really having a good time.
I just want to make a comment. My sister Donna, she said that while she was watching us, she said I reminded her of John Trudell in Smoke Signals, doing the weather. So I'm going to, in honor of John Trudell, I'm going to do a weather report right now. It's cold. There it is.
And I loved in that movie, he's reporting on people driving by.
Kind of like what we do when we're watching people, gossiping. Oh, there goes so-and-so.
I'm going to tell my John Trudell story. I was telling Perry, one time I was at ceremonies. It wasn't Medewan ceremonies. It might have been something else. It might have been Sundance or something. I can't remember where it was.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and I'm, how you just sit down kind of mindlessly and you're talking to someone next to you. And I didn't really know the people.
I don't do that.
And I'm talking, this was Pipestone. And,
Minnesota.
yeah, and I'm talking away to this person next to me, and then I recognize the voice. It's a very, very distinct voice.
Yeah.
And I like your glasses because, you
Yeah.
know, I turn over to him, and he's this guy wearing the glasses. It's John Trudell. And I'm trying not to look kind of starstruck or
Yeah.
anything like that, but just kind of acknowledged. And we talked a bit more, and then, that was my interaction with John Trudell. Pretty cool.
Yes.
So our next song, our head dancer, men's traditional, is going to be live. Antonio DiNardo from Bilquis First Nation. I'm going to be offering this, and we're going to try to warm up a little bit with some live singing and dancing here. And nothing beats hearing that drum and being a part of that drum. Because I remember I was telling you the story about sitting around that drum for the first time with Paul Nadjuan, and that's what really hooked me, was that beautiful feeling of that spirit of that drum.
Yeah, just a little story about the drum. And Blair, when he first started singing, they had a drum group. I don't know if they're still drumming. Little Iron.
Oh yeah.
Little Iron Singers, and they were on their way to Nipissing powwow, and their car broke down, and so they were late to getting to the powwow. They had to change their name to the Flat Tire Singers.
The Flat Tire Singers always reminds me of my good friend Pat Green from Six Nations. He's the lead singer, drum carrier of Big Train, and there's been a couple times where he'd have poor luck, and he's usually the host drum or something. So he pulls in with his daughters and his family and his whole crew. And just want to acknowledge sometimes we get around and we do what we can. I once was going all the way up to James Bay, going up to Chisasibi for powwow.
That's a long way.
A long way. And I was with my cousin Trevor, and we're in his Mustang. And then we lost our muffler in this old Mustang about halfway to Chisasibi. And we're talking, I think it's like 8 hours or something. So 5 hours plus without a muffler on that road. Yeah, it was good times. Anyway, nothing beats powwow stories and good times on powwow. So we're going to go over to our live traditional dancer, Antonio DiNardo Jr. He's our lead dancer in the men's traditional style. This is
Flat
Tony,
Tires.
and this is Burning Plain Singers. Take it away. About great battles, about great hunts, successful or otherwise. Trick song. This is the men's traditional sync-up song here live in Nipissing First Nation, our virtual powwow 2020. Ho, 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 ho. Yeah, let's just offer them a head dancer special. We'll just make it a straight song. Let's call it a straight song. Thank you very much. How about for everyone that's here, give them a big round of applause. Burning Plains, show our love for them. Oh. Right on, guys. Right on. All right. So thanks very much, Antonio Donardo, Tony, as we call him. Our next song is going to be the sidestep song, but I do want to acknowledge a few people again on Facebook. I see Bonnie. I see Sarah is even on there too. She's here and she's on live. That's really cool.
She's everywhere.
I do want to acknowledge, it would be nice to see old photos of past powwows fading onto the screen. Very cool. Well, we'll work on that next year if we do have a virtual powwow next year. It'd be really great. Speaking of when we were younger, one of the photos I really like is when we went to the first Three Fires homecoming powwow in New Credit.
Oh, New Credit.
New Credit. I must have been in high school. And I got some old pictures of those powwows, and I remember that powwow because it was Eddie Benton Benet Baudoué with us.
Yeah.
Our Grand Chief of our lodge was the MC. We were advisors, or not but the elders of our lodge were advisors to that powwow, where they returned those Three Fires back to the current home, which is called New Credit.
Yeah.
So that fire came from that mouth of the Credit River, where that Credit Mission was, and made its way back to the community. I remember that story, and I remember that powwow. But Carolyn King, the past chief of New Credit, found some photos, and I'm in one of those photos dancing. And you were talking about
you started out as a dancer, right?
This was the 80s, and I was a singer at the time, and I'm wearing these ungodly short, tight shorts. One of these 80s tight shorts almost looked like terry cloth. Quite inappropriate these days.
It's an image I can't get out of my head.
Exactly. But really good times on the powwow trail. We're going to be doing a few more songs with you, a few more videos as well, including the sidestep. Again, if you, I do want to acknowledge folks that are joining us via the social distance powwow. I want to acknowledge Whitney, who is the admin of that particular site, and all of those great folks that really bringing powwow to us in the time of COVID. And there's been some really great events. As one of them a couple of months back, I was watching live, and it was just somebody using their phone. And they were passing it back and forth, and they kept it going live for about an hour and a half. The sun was coming down. The light wasn't very good, but the sound was just so nice to hear. Yeah. And, it's really good to hear that powwow, to hear that dancing. So that's what we're bringing you today, and I'm really enjoying this, and I think things are really wonderful today.
Yeah, they are. I can't wait to get paid.
The honorarium lineup has started. No, I'm just kidding. Two people.
Just you and me.
We've got a sidestep coming up. Again, the sidestep: Zigwan, Lish, Sarah, Christina, Melanie, Peyton, Angel, Miley, Lexa, Kelsey, JC Martel, Tamara, Serena, Peyton, and Chanel. All of these folks are going to be doing this sidestep. This is our sidestep song. Take it away, Sidesteps Dancers. All right, I got a mouthful of mints. Perry's got a mouthful of mints.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to talk while you're eating mints. Thanks very much for joining us in the virtual powwow. We've got a few more songs to go, but we're pretty much getting near the end. I do want to acknowledge some people, starting with Kelly McLeod, Perry's wonderful, beautiful sister,
Yeah.
who provided these
I don't know about
heaters.
the wonderful, beautiful. Well, beautiful, yeah.
Kelly provided these heaters for us, keeping us warm in these little cooler afternoon. She's also provided the backdrop. You see these medicines that are behind us here.
Yeah.
The sage, the tobacco, the
Yeah.
cedar, and of course the sweetgrass, providing that. Thanks very much.
Did you know
And-
her Anishinaabe name is Liquor Lady?
Why is that?
Oh, it's a name that my dad knows me on Namigwet, the name giver. He gave her that name when she was small.
Oh.
She couldn't say little lady, so she would say Liquor Lady. So that stuck. Liquor isn't liquor.
Not that kind of liquor.
No.
Not that kind of liquor. And she also provided this
Yes.
this COVID barrier. So
Yeah.
Perry and I, again, we're not ignoring social distance things. We've got our masks here, but because of this barrier, we're able to chat with each
Yeah,
other.
and we need that because if we have these on, we can't point. We wouldn't be able to point anywhere.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to point to each other. And thanks very much for the food and the snacks too. So thanks very much, Kelly. Yay! All right. We've got a couple more videos, and one of my favorite categories, one of my favorite exhibitions is the duck and dive. We're going to see some duck and dive video. I might even ask for a live duck and dive a little bit later. But this one's going to feature the wonderful Blair Bocage. I want to acknowledge Blair, one of our language teachers, language Skabewis, that are joining us with us, as well as Tori Fisher, who is also language Skabewis, language teacher here in the community. Those gentlemen, and there's a few of them, Lisha Allaire, a few others, Falcon Sky,
yeah, my son.
those are the ones that are keeping our language. And it's really, I do want to acknowledge that Nipissing and Anishinaabe is very important to keep our local dialect. And they're really focusing on learning and knowing that dialect and speaking as much as they can. But at the same time, I want to acknowledge those language keepers, Muriel and others, June
Evelyn.
and Evelyn,
Yeah.
Geraldine, so many that have really dedicated their life to making sure we remember our language and it starts and continue to speak our language. So chimmi gwech to those teachers. I also want to acknowledge Mackenzie Otter Eyes Eagle, who is speaking in Cree and offering us that, the Mashkigwak language, and Trent Bocage as well. This is the Duck and Dive. So enjoy the Duck and Dive here on the virtual powwow, Nipissing First Nation. A beautiful Saturday afternoon. Take it away, Duck and Dive. All right, thank you very much. That was our Duck and Dive song, and a great way to finish off those videos. We've got a couple more songs left, but we are going to throw in a Dancers special right here in Nipissing First Nation. We are going to do a live crow hop, and that's going to feature our two lead dancers, Juanita McLeod and Antonio Donardo Jr. This is a crow hop live. We're going to go to Burning Plain Singers. Here we go, crow hop, enjoy it at home. Live from Tigawning, our rink here in Garden Village, Ontario, Canada. Want to say hi to all of you who are joining us right across Turtle Island via Social Distance Powwow on Facebook or via the Nipissing First Nation Language and Heritage page on Facebook. Thank you for joining us today. And of course, those of you joining us on YouTube Live. And that is the Burning Plain Singers. Give them a big round of applause. Doing a great job today.
They burned up.
All right, and that's Chris Simpson joining us. Chris, how you doing? Chris from Ganabajing.
Yeah.
Ganabajing, Serpent River First Nation. Thanks, Chris. Blair Bocash and Tori Fisher of Nipissing First Nation, and Jordan Moa of Alderville joining us. Great job and great singing. Thank you very much. So we're going to take steps to retire our colors. So I'm going to ask Perry and a few others to retrieve your colors and assemble our flag song. Our flag song is going to be offered to you. So anybody that's carrying a flag, we'll ask you to go and grab your flags. I do want to acknowledge that sacred fire that we lit this morning, that shkodeh that's being kept by Ian Campo for us. Again, it's our way, it's our custom to light that fire that will guide us and take our spiritual offerings, that tobacco, those medicines, and take them up to the spirit world. So I really want to thank Ian for doing that. So you can go and grab your flags, grab your colors. And we're just assembling that. And in our way of life, we always take those colors and we retire them before the nighttime comes. And the reason why we do that is because the spirits that are joining us, it is their time during that nighttime. So we take these flags that are part of this physical part of our earth and our way of life, and we make sure that those are taken care of before that sun comes down. So Perry McLeod is going to be carrying the Eagle staff on behalf of his brother, Scott McLeod Javagijik, our Gima. And joining us here are all these other helpers. I see Sherry Ann. All right, we're going to go to the Burning Plain Singers. This is our flag song, 2 push-ups of the flag song, and then we are going to end the song with a victory, and we're going to dance these colors out. So over to our Burning Plain Singers, lead singer Jordan Mowat for the flag song. just as we begin this virtual powwow with flags and our Eagle staffs and these dancers coming in the eastern doorway, these colors are going to go back around one more time and out the eastern doorway as we conclude our afternoon of singing and dancing and conclude this wonderful Nipissing First Nation 2020 virtual powwow. I want to offer thanks to all those who carried these flags, Eagle staff, and these colors in for us this afternoon. And also want to offer thanks to all those who are carrying them out as we retire them for this day and for this edition of the 2020 powwow. Special thank you to the Burning Plains Singers from Alderville First Nation, leading these great songs, providing a wonderful soundtrack to our afternoon here in Tigani. And those flags, the colors, the Eagle staffs are going to drape the eastern doorway of our powwow grounds, of our powwow circle. And those two lead dancers who were so gracious and wonderful in leading our powwow today are going to head out that eastern doorway for our final time. Thanks is offered by our lead dancers to those flag carriers, Eagle staff carriers. And those dancers will close the door. Thank you very much, Burning Plains Singers, and thank you to the flag carriers, Eagle staff carriers, for doing that great job for us. We really appreciate that. I want to offer, again, special thanks to Burning Plains. So thank you very much to Jordan Mowat, Tori Fisher, Blair Bocage, and Chris Simpson Johnson for joining us. Thank you for being great leaders and providing us that singing. I also want to thank our wonderful production team that's here with us, Sarah Cornthwaite, who was the editor of the video. So thank you very much, Sarah, in leading us here. So a big round of applause to Sarah, everyone. Woo! Want to thanks to Sarah's crew, and that's Alex Williams and Charles Fiato. Give them a thanks. And I didn't catch your name. Caitlin. Thank you very much, Caitlin. Give Caitlin a round of applause. Wonderful. And I want to thank the Nipissing First Nation Heritage and Cultural Center. The Cultural Department is Mindy Martel-Larviere, who made all this thing happen, our powwow coordinator. Big round of applause to Mindy. And of course, Glenna Bocage, Gail McLeod, and Evelyn McLeod. Give them all a round of applause. Nipissing First Nation. Doing wonderful things here at our virtual powwow, and it was a really wonderful time. So I want to thank Perry McLeod-Jobgijic for being my co-host today. On behalf of all of Nipissing First Nation, all of our community members, I want to thank you for joining in. I hope you had a great time. It was really nice seeing everyone and, really sharing this wonderful experience, the beautiful culture of our Anishinaabe people via powwow, via Facebook, YouTube. So wonderful. Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. Visit me at bobgoulet.com or check me out on Facebook, wherever you'd like to. I appreciate being your MC and your host for today. We've got a traveling song. We're going to go to the Burning Plains Singers. I want to wish you all really great health, really great wellness. Please take care, be safe, mind all your COVID protocols, and I want everyone to see everyone back next year for our version of hopefully a Nipissing First Nation live powwow next year. So on behalf of our team, Mindy, Perry, Sarah, and everybody, I want to say everyone to Chimigwech over to Burning Plains for the traveling song. Take it away, Burning Plains.